Batya Levinthol at Likud party headquarters. Benjamin Netanyahu, of course, right up until the last minute, really urging his supporters to come out and vote, kind of telling them off for going to the mall and the beach and not going to the polls instead. What has been Netanyahu's strategy up until now, Batya?
Right, Laura. Well, as known, Likud voters are notorious for staying at home, and many of them, as just mentioned in studio, end up coming out far later. So a high turnout is not looking good as it stands for Benjamin Netanyahu. Him actually venturing to the coastal city of Ashkelon in the south to go there and make sure that voters are coming out, enticing them, making his way all the way up to Bat Yam, just south of Tel Aviv and Jaffa, to do the exact same thing, making sure that voters actually head to the polls, in particular in Likud strongholds. But as mentioned, in terms of the high vote out, while this is records in terms of decades here in Israel, this is quite concerning for Benjamin Netanyahu, who made mention of it himself this morning when he was voting in Jerusalem, saying that he is a bit worried, in his words, but it's not over until it's over. And as we'll see later tonight, when the polls close and when Benjamin Netanyahu, opposition head, as well as Likud leader, stands behind me on the stage to address the voters as well as the media, we'll get a clearer picture of just exactly where he stands in terms of if he's still as worried as he was in the morning, or if that is now blown up into full-blown concern. But as mentioned, not over till it's over. There's still lots of hours left until the voting comes to an end.
And another concern for Likud supporters is that votes that should have gone to Benjamin Netanyahu, at least in their minds, are not going to him. They're going to Itamar Ben-Gvir, someone they see as tougher on security.
Absolutely, and this is very much a catch-22 for Likud voters, who do see themselves as more on the centre-right to the right wing of the spectrum as opposed to the far right of the spectrum. At the end of the day, Likud voters do want a strong right-wing government, and so forming a government with Ben-Gvir, who even though is on the further end of the spectrum in terms of a right-wing government, is still within their books and within their ideology. They don't want anyone to be sitting with the left-wing government or the Arab parties, but it also does bring into what you're saying, that this is further down the ideological spectrum, where they do hold much more stringent and stronger ideologies than perhaps Likud does. But at the end of the day, it does come down to the fact that they want a strong right-wing government, of which they want Netanyahu to have the majority of the seats, and as does he, which is why it is so important that he's going out to make sure the votes come to Likud as the strongest party to form a government, as opposed to being shared with to Ben-Gvir.
All right, Batya, thank you very much indeed. Batya Levinthol there at the Likud party headquarters, and we're still about 4 hours to go until the polls close, so we will bring you all the very latest updates.